thank you for coming to Doug and Shaq's event. I know that's why you're here tonight. But we confirmed with the St. Louis Rams that we have made a trade to acquire the second pick in the draft. And we thought it was important to do it before free agency to allow us the proper planning of what we wanted to accomplish in free agency. And when you know what you're going to get with your first pick in the draft, it gives you great comfort and it allows us to execute the game plan that, quite frankly, we developed in early January. I want to remind everyone we have the second pick of the draft, and clearly we fell in love with two players, and we believe one of those players will be a great Redskin.
Do you believe it's going to
mortgage the future?
Yeah, I'm very confident. It's part of the plan of what we've been developing. When you had 12 draft choices last year, we have 6 draft choices this year. The idea that you have 18 draft choices in 2 seasons, it's very comfortable. If we understand it was a heavy price, but you know when you bought your home, you probably wanted to pay a little less too. But you like your home once you live in it. So we're very comfortable.
Bruce, are you confident it's going to be RG3 and not Andrew Luck?
No, we traded for the second pick of the draft, and we've done our homework on this entire draft, and we sort of knew who we might be getting at number 6, and we feel very comfortable that we're going to get an excellent football player for the Washington Redskins at number 2.
Do you know who it's going to be at number 2, if you had to guess right now?
No, I think you'd need to check with the team who has number 1.
Well, I think they said they're going to take Luck.
I haven't heard that.
Bruce, did you get the sense that the competition for that? Did you get the sense that the competition for that number 2 pick was intense with other teams? Talking to St. Louis.
Well, I think there's several teams in the league that are looking for the quarterback position, and we felt what we did to acquire it was appropriate for us. But we can talk more about that after the trade is finalized.
How important is it to solidify that quarterback
If the Colts
position?
take Andrew Luck, it's fair to say that you're going to go after RG3, right?
We have the second pick in the draft, and we have fallen in love with 2 players.
Can you
Bruce, how
characterize how
important
the
is it
quarterback
after so much
position's
inconsistency?
changed in like the last, say, 10, 12 years in terms of value?
Well, I don't know if it's changed that much. The quarterback position is the most demanding position in all of sports. What's expected out of that position is incredible, and the demands on that position take a special person to be able to handle it. And it's been that way for a long time. That's why we still love Johnny Unitas. That's why we still respect Sammy Baugh. We respect these 2 men who are holding this banquet tonight. But
Bruce, when you make that pick, will you have your starting quarterback next season, or do you still need to?
no, let's not get too far ahead. We're happy with what we did. We feel that our drafts in the future will take care of itself. But what we thought this franchise needed was, once again, like last year, another infusion of youth. And we put a little bit of a jolt in it for the 2012 draft.
Do you still have the resources to put a team around a rookie quarterback good enough to compete?
Yeah, yes, we do.
What types of things are you looking for from a quarterback off the field, intangibles-wise, to be the guy you're talking about?
Well, all right. Well, this is a different conversation that I think we could do it at a different time. But the quarterback position is the leader of your football team. And that's not unique to Washington. That applies to Boise State. That applies to every football program in the country.
Bruce, how much
Would
influence?
you characterize what your interest was in Peyton Manning and kind of how that progressed over the past few days?
Well, Peyton's a great player. And, you know, when you talk about Peyton's abilities, it's similar to Jerry Rice and Deacon Jones. They deserve to be in the Hall of Fame when they were still playing. And he's a great player. But our focus really was, if we could accomplish something at this point, then we'd be okay. And Coach and I have talked about for a couple years of building our Redskin organization around the draft, getting players that are born in the burgundy and gold, and that's what we've done.
So
Bruce,
Lord,
you
that
said
was
you're in
the
love
thing,
with
though.
two
I mean,
players.
Did you reach out to them and then get the sense that it just wouldn't work?
No, I wouldn't say that. I don't believe Peyton's made a decision on where he's going. He's a great player. Obviously, there's a lot of information I'm not willing to share, and he's a great player.
But having this second pick doesn't mean you would not be interested in Peyton Manning.
Well, I'm not going to get into what we're going to do in free agency. You know, that's we've been very effective by not tipping our hand on what we're looking to do, and we're going to try and continue to do that.
Is it important though to get a veteran at that quarterback position?
Any discussions?
Well, obviously filled him in on where we were at, and he gave us his 1,000% support along with his partners. So, and I think that says a lot about him. He wanted us to do what we thought was the appropriate thing, and he embraced it.
Bruce, you're not going to tip your hand, but you said you fell in love with two players. Can we just ask you your opinions of Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin III?
You can ask.
Okay. What's your opinion of Robert Griffin III and Andrew Luck?
You can ask.
You guys have struggled to find that quarterback since you and Mike have come here. How important is it that you get it right this next time?
Well, it's important you try and get everything right, and I think our draft last year was a success. I think that is part of our building structure. I think the selected free agents we signed were very important, and they're going to be good Redskins for a number of years. And we're looking forward to this draft of adding this type of quality to our draft, and we're excited about it.
Bruce, you all franchised Fred Davis. How important was it to lock him up, and what's your confidence on him?
Well, we franchised Fred because he was our most valuable free agent who we couldn't get a deal done with, and we're hoping to get a deal done with him, a longer-term deal, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Where are your negotiations at with London Fletcher right now?
Pardon me?
London Fletcher could be a free agent come Tuesday. Where are the negotiations at with him right now?
I had discussions with his agent over the last month or two, and we'll see what happens. I'm not going to hide behind the fact that we love London.
Do you expect him to be a Redskin next season?
We hope he's a Redskin.
Bruce, what does this move send? What kind of message does this send to the NFL?
Well, I don't know what type of message it sends to the NFL. We feel very good about where we're at, and it's been tough, and I feel for our fans, and in many ways that we haven't been successful, and we're trying to get it right, and I think we made a big step to getting it right.
How much will a move like this help you in free agency too? You have a recruiting pitch you can make to some guys.
Well, it's an important part of the plan, and the plan included making sure we took care of this position, not just for a year, just not for 2 years, but for the future.
Bruce, every year you've been the general manager, the salary cap has increased. It's sometimes more than others, but with the new CBA, it looks like it's going to be flat for this year and the next year. Can you shed some light on how you've had to adjust and plan with the cap maybe being flat?
Well, we have sufficient cap room to execute the plan for this year and next year, because as you enter free agency, it's not a one-year cap constraint that we're worried about, and we feel comfortable right now.